Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chang from Hobo Venture.
And I'm Dan from Vagabond Awake.
In today's video, we want to talk about hidden gem.
Hidden gems.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Sounds perfect. Hidden gems, what do you think about hidden gems?
I think hidden gems are places that when you go there, maybe you didn't read about them much because people aren't talking about it much, but somehow you end up there and you're really surprised about something about the place. It's sort of a gem and you wonder why people aren't talking about it.
Yeah, I think hidden gem is mean like it's a very charming small city, but most of the traveler and tourists overlook that.
Yeah.
They only go to those famous cities.
Exactly. So are we picking hidden gems for Southeast Asia?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
So what country do you want to start with in Southeast Asia?
Let's say Cambodia.
Cambodia. Okay. You want me to start?
I start.
Okay.
So in Cambodia, most of the tourists and travelers they will go is like Siem Reap and Phnom Penh. Siem Reap is the most popular one because everyone will go there for Angkor Wat.
That's right.
And my favorite hidden gem in Battambang, actually we've been to many cities in Cambodia,
Yeah.
but only one, it surprised me a lot. A lot of things can do over there.
And that's Battambang?
Battambang, yes, it's Battambang. What do you think about Battambang?
I agree that's the hidden gem of Cambodia. And like you said, we went to Kep, we went to Kampot, we went to Phnom Penh, we went to Siem Reap, and we went to Battambang. And when we entered Battambang, I felt like I was going back in a time machine.
True.
It was this little village with a university and all of these temples everywhere. And it just didn't have many tourists and everything was really cheap. And it just sort of felt like maybe how Cambodia felt 30 or 40 years ago, that we had just sort of entered a time zone and gone back.
Yeah, we went to a tour and you can purchase a tour online. Not online, just Google and then you find them and then talk to them. Hey, I want to do a tour tomorrow. So they pick you out. If I'm not mistaken, it's about $20 or $25 with a private tuk-tuk. Bring us for a day.
Yeah.
Amazing tour. We went to the temple.
Yeah.
And he will also bring us to see how they're doing the fish paste, you know.
Yeah.
And also try the different kind of the local food.
Yeah.
We went for the, what they call that?
The train?
The train.
Yeah.
And also we went to the Hemorrhage, that's the killing.
Oh, Khmer Rouge killing fields.
Yeah,
yes.
And he is very good, and you know he speak English. He tell us a lot of the history over there.
Yeah.
But the most unforgettable memory over there.
Yeah.
Do you know what is that?
Yeah, you're going to talk about the bats.
Yeah, it's in the sunset time. There is the bat.
Yeah.
Thousands of bats.
Millions. They estimate 6 or 8 million bats.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's flying out from the cave. That view, that scene, it's just like, it stopped me. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
They
know about the exact time the bats are going to come
Yeah.
out because they do it every night.
Yeah.
And so they sit you down in this area and they'll keep saying, any minute now. And then suddenly all these bats come out and the whole sky is filled with bats and they're flying off onto the horizon. And it's almost like you can't see through them. There's so many bats.
Yeah, and the one thing, you can buy the beer and carry up to the mountain to drink, or there's someone coming down and then will sell you the alcohol, a beer as well.
Yeah, we had a really good guide.
Yeah.
So if you go in our Battambang Retire Cheap report, give him a call and go. He was very good.
He's very good,
Yeah.
yes.
The other thing maybe about that was on that tour and at other times, we'd end up like on a mountain where there would be a temple, and it would just be just a horizon of fields and just beautiful mountains. So it's very remote, and it sort of feels untouched in addition to being, feeling like a time machine.
Yeah.
And the Khmer Rouge, he even told us a few stories about how, you probably know about the Khmer Rouge. They were like a revolutionary army that took over Cambodia post-Vietnam, and they were killing a lot of just millions of people. And he gave a story where they would separate a husband and wife, and they would ask them questions, and if they didn't answer the questions the same, they would kill the wife or the husband or whatever. So it was a really terrible time. And so you have to worry. It reminds you that governments that are not democracies but have a dictator are not a good idea.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
yeah, so that was, and also $7 a night was it $7 a night? Is my memory right?
Yeah, and so
Can you imagine?
It's served with breakfast, a very big room.
Yeah.
With hot water.
Yeah, hot water and AC.
Yeah.
A big clean room. And it was just amazing. So it's very
Amazing.
cheap to be there.
The next one is Thailand.
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 Yeah,
Everyone know Thailand.
yeah.
Everyone know Phuket.
Phuket, they know
Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai,
Krabi,
Krabi,
Phi Phi,
Koh
Pattaya,
Samui.
Jomtien.
Yeah.
So a lot of well-known places, Bangkok. And so it's hard to pick a hidden gem in Thailand for that reason. But for me, there's one that stands out. How about you?
Me too.
Yeah?
Let's say it together.
Yeah?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Pai. Pai is on the mountain, the town, and it's very small and quaint, and it's a very hippie feeling about that.
Yeah, yeah.
And the feeling is like you're walking everywhere. It's just by walking.
Yeah, it's such a small town. You don't need a vehicle of any kind.
Yeah, and you can get those street food. You can go the Siam temple visit, and they have a nightlife also.
Yeah.
They have live band, they have food, it's a very hippie place.
Yeah, I would say it's one of the places in Thailand where it almost feels like there's as many tourists there, even though it's a really small town and it's still mostly Thai, but there's a higher concentration of, I would call them more long-term people that live there rather than being a tourist place. So you have like music and everything's it's more of like a break from Thai. It's like a cute little village, but you have foreign restaurants, you have foreign bands and DJs, and it's a real hippie place. There's hippie clothing and people go on hikes, and there's rivers and waterfalls, and there's a big canyon you can go on, and there's tours leaving the city. And it's just amazing landscapes, it's a real hidden gem. And I really never even heard of Pai until I was walking down the street in Chiang Mai, and I saw a sign for Pai, and I went in and asked what it was. I don't remember seeing videos about it or reading about it or anything, but boy, wasn't it a fun trip.
It's a very fun trip. I love the life over there. It's very nice. Just walk out. Everything, just walk out. You can get food, get, anything. Just nice.
But would you go again?
It's a very hard question because the way up to Pai is terrible.
That's what I was trying to get you to say. Chung gets car sick, and it's above Chiang Mai, which is already at a higher elevation, so it's cooler and greener. But the roads up there are not the best, so it can be tough if you're a car sick person. Yeah,
so at least I've been there one time. That's all. Yeah. It's good for me. I have a good memory over there.
Yeah. Next up is in Laos. There's a former French colonial influence city there in Laos, and I think I'm saying it right, Lao Prabang. And it's really charming, and it's right along the Mekong River, and you have a lot of the architecture there was built during the French colonial period, and so you have these beautiful old homes and great little restaurants and a bunch of Buddhist temples. And then you have an amazing night market, one of the best night markets in Southeast Asia, with all sorts of food and clothes, and so it has like a nightlife. You find everybody there having a good time, and so it's a great place to hang out. And it has these waterfalls, just amazing. It's like you're looking at a turquoise water ocean, but it's waterfalls, and it's these terraced falls where the water's coming down one after another, and you can hike up along the side. It reminded me in that way a little bit like 𝐶𝐈𝐀.
Oh.
But it's not as famous as the one in 𝐶𝐈𝐀, which is, of course, in the Philippines. And it's a little more pronounced in terms of it's originally that way, where sometimes 𝐶𝐈𝐀, they adjust it a little bit to keep the falls the way they are, but that's more untouched. So
I never been to Luang Prabang, so
Yeah.
I cannot say about Laos, what the hidden gem, because I only been there on when we have a trip to Chiang Rai Chiang Rai, and then we cross the border. You no need to have a passport to cross the border as well.
yeah, they just have a market over there, and a boat takes you over. There's no immigration over there.
No immigration. Actually, if you are a swimmer, you can swim across the border also.
That's a pretty fast river, though. I don't know if I'd recommend it.
The next one is
Okay.
Malaysia,
Malaysia.
my country.
Yeah.
You know, in Malaysia, when people think about Malaysia, they will think about Kuala Lumpur,
Yeah.
Georgetown,
Yeah.
Penang,
Penang.
or maybe Malacca.
Malacca, Perhentian Islands.
Yeah,
Sabah.
Sabah, Sampona, but mostly they would think about is Kuala Lumpur and Georgetown.
Yes.
But you know, there's a one hidden gem in Malaysia.
Yeah.
It's very charming,
Okay.
very charming, and it is between Kuala Lumpur and Penang.
Okay.
You can take a train to go there.
Yeah.
About 2 hours, you will reach to this town. This
Yeah.
town is called Ipoh.
Yeah.
It's a very cute place because
is
they are famous with the limestone, the Chinese temple,
Yeah.
and also they have a different kind of food. So world famous white coffee over there, but
Yeah.
the white coffee is not white. That's very delicious.
Yeah.
I love the old town white coffee.
Yeah.
And then,
It's a lovely city.
yeah.
It's very walkable too, and you have the restaurants and coffee shops, and the nightlife. It was really fun too. That one area of town where there's different kinds of music and restaurants
Yeah.
and hidden bars.
It's
and-
more like a hippie, not really like, it's mostly like I would say for the student, your university student,
Yeah.
because that town also is not far from the university. So you will see a lot of university students
Yeah,
over
and
there.
it's on the train tracks, and so people will go there just for the weekend or whatever
Oh,
quite
yeah.
easily, and go shopping in KL and come back. It's only
Yeah.
a few hours maybe.
2 hours only. And also they have a direct flight from Singapore to Ipoh.
Oh wow, that's great.
That's why there has a lot of the Singaporean come to Ipoh. You still remember when we go buying some food and drink?
Yeah.
And then they ask me, am I from Singapore?
She
don't know.
gets that wherever we go.
I don't know, because there's a lot of Singaporean come to
Yeah,
Ipoh
yeah,
for
yeah.
that.
Oh,
And,
right.
Yeah, and also Ipoh also is a place for food. You have a Chinese food, Malay food, Indian food, whatever food that
Yeah.
you can get over there, and they all are very, very delicious.
Yeah.
I just made a video about this plate, about the Ipoh.
Okay.
So check out my video, my last video.
Okay.
I just make it.
Very
so
nice.
have a look of Ipoh. You will love it.
Yeah, so Ipoh is certainly a charming town, and I really enjoyed our time there. It's a place I would consider retiring even. But for me, the hidden gem, I think the place that kind of stands out and was a little surprising for me and is a little different than most of the rest of Malaysia is a neighborhood in Kuala Lumpur called Bangsar.
Uh-huh.
It's like it reminds me a little bit of it's upscale. It's a sort of a wealthy or yuppie, young upcoming professional area, and it has many different kinds of restaurants, and it's a little sort of village outside of KL, but close in, and so it's kind of a fun place to go where you just get a whole different feel, and it's kind of surprising to me how the feel there is quite a bit different than most of Malaysia, and so for me it felt like a hidden gem when I was there.
You have a good food over there, especially for Western food.
Yeah, they do.
If you're curious about the cost of living in Ipoh and Bangsar, or whatever, KL, Kuala Lumpur,
Yeah.
you can check out vagabondbuddha.com and go and find the Kuala Lumpur and Ipoh cost of living report.
That's right.
Yeah. The next one is
Vietnam?
Vietnam.
Yeah.
We've been to many places in Vietnam. But I would say that, Vietnam also is quite famous for tourists, especially Hanoi and, Ho Chi
Ho Chi Minh
Yeah.
and Da Nang.
Da Nang, yes. Da Nang and Nha Trang.
Yeah, those are amazing places.
Yeah.
All of Vietnam, honestly, is amazing.
Yeah, but one place that less people will go is Đà Lạt.
Yeah,
Because you know why?
because it's cooler.
Because you have to go to the mountain road, and I got a very bad car seat also over there.
It's true. That road uphill like that was a pretty windy road.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful place.
They call it as antenna spring. City.
Eternal Spring.
Yeah, Eternal
Yeah.
Spring City.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful city with a flower, and you can walk in the city around, and you will be like seeing all the building, the local, in the plaza over there.
Yeah.
You go there to eat less than $1 noodle soup
Yeah.
in a very cold weather. It's nice, and also Đà Lạt
Cold by
wine.
Asian standards, not by Western.
And also Đà Lạt wine is produced over there.
Yeah, it was so. Dalat was when the French colony was there. Dalat was a hill station where the governors would go up into the mountains in the hot summer months, and so it's very charming in terms of the architecture and there's beautiful homes there, and there's a lake in the center of it, and around it are terraced rice fields and tea gardens and a bunch of temples, and so it's cooler, and so you're out of the heat. You're in and there's quite a bit of international food choices for a city of its size, and flowers everywhere, very green.
Very green.
And so it's definitely a hidden gem.
Yeah, and also that, actually Vietnam will have a feeling for me like I'm not in Southeast Asia. It's more like you have mixed with like you are in the Europe,
Yeah, it's like mixing China and Europe or something.
China of Europe something, because they have a beautiful flower. When you're in Đà Lạt, it's have a bunch of beautiful flower,
Yeah.
So it's a different feeling. It's like you don't see that much of flower in Asia, not that kind of flower in Asia.
Right.
But it's
Yeah,
very
there are a lot of
beautiful.
flowers there.
Yeah.
For me, I would say the hidden gem in Vietnam is a city called Hue. That's Hue. It's on some tours, but it's not as well known as most of the other cities in Vietnam. And what's amazing about it is there's these huge castles there where former kings lived, and amazing Buddhist temples and tombs where they buried a king. And you're talking just millions of dollars. Of course, it's not dollars here, but
Dong.
yeah, but it's like really expensive to build these places, and so a few of the kings that really taxed the locals to build these places. But wow, I mean, the culture there in Hue is amazing, just gorgeous temples, temple cities, and castles. So.
It just reminds me of China, that the king would tax the people to build that palace of,
Yeah. And then no one got to go inside but,
Yeah.
but the king and his family. So they paid for it all, but they didn't get to enjoy it. So.
True.
Yeah, but now everyone gets to enjoy it. They're all open, and they have reasonable fees. And boy, you go in there and see the artisanship of these buildings that are inside. Some of them were bombed out during the Vietnam War, but a lot of it's been restored, especially the ones on the outside of town. So you hop on a scooter and you go on a little scooter tour.
So, yeah. Now is the last one. The last one is a very beautiful country.
Okay.
It's famous with the beach.
Beach country. What country?
It's the Philippines.
Philippines. Okay.
It's always more fun in the Philippines.
They have very nice beaches in the Philippines.
They
for
have
sure.
very nice beaches in the Philippines. Just like open your eyes, What I think about the hidden gem in the Philippines is Davao.
Davao. Okay.
Davao is, when you talk about Philippines, people will know Boracay, El Nido, Manila, Cebu, all these kind of places.
Right.
I never hear Davao until you bring me to Davao. I said, what is this city about, And then I start to read about Davao, and that is my second time to Philippines. And it's really opened my eyes and surprised me a lot. The first, when we arrived, is I read about that the whole city, that you cannot smoke inside the bar. But actually, that's all around the Philippines. But they do it more, I think, very straight in the Davao.
Strict, yeah.
And also that when we go to the Sama Island, when we...
So White Sand Beach Island, just outside the city.
Yeah.
Well, like a 40-minute ferry ride?
I think so.
Or 30 maybe only?
And then I was amazed by the tranquil water.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
White sand beaches, turquoise water.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And the local is very, very, very friendly, you know?
Yeah.
They guide us how to take the jeepney to the destination that we want, you know?
Yeah.
Tell us like how to go to the vegetarian food, you know?
Yeah.
It's just very lovely. And also the Roseanne's night market. You can go there and eat all the seafood. Just nice, you know?
And a lot of Westerners are afraid to go to Davao because there's a Muslim population there, and if they're afraid of Muslims, there is some political trouble there, but it's not like it was, a decade or two ago. And so you really kind of need to go further south from there to get into trouble, or further, it would be east and south is where a lot of the trouble is. So we didn't run into trouble at all. Everyone was quite nice to us. So that's probably why it's a hidden gem. People just don't go there.
Yeah.
For me, I think about in the
Philippines.
Yeah. For me, what the hidden gem would be, a place like Luzon, which is the largest island in the Philippines. There's 7,000 islands there. It's a big city or a big island, and so you have to travel kind of to find the more deserted white sand beach stuff. But if you go south in Luzon and you jump on a ferry, it's only an hour off the coast. There's a little place called Puerto Galera, which has the white sand beaches, scuba diving, snorkeling.
Very nice snorkeling.
It's kind of like an unknown Palawan in terms of just island hopping and not as many people. So it's kind of a hidden gem. It's not well known. So it's ranks high in our best places in the Philippines to retire if you like a smaller city, especially if you're really a nature person, you want to be involved with water and whatnot, but you don't want to be in a big city. So for me, that's the hidden gem.
So this Davao and Puerto Galera, if you want to know how is the cost of living in these two places, you can check out vagabondbuddha.com. We have the report on that.
That's right.
So we have these 6 countries hidden gems, and we have like Malaysia and Vietnam and Philippines. It's not the same. The rest is the same. But I never been to Laos, so I cannot comment about that. But that is our hidden gem in Southeast Asia. And what is your hidden gem in Southeast Asia?
Yeah, that's a good point. We have really great audiences, a lot of travelers. So tell us what your hidden gems are in Southeast Asia, or frankly anywhere in the world. A place that really surprised you that people aren't talking about it.
Yeah, and check out my hidden gem in Malaysia, Ipoh, in here.
Okay.
Okay, and we will see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Bye bye.